Okay, get started a little early. You're up. Ready to go. Oh, bracket 1/2. Oh no, 1 and 2. Get her a 3. Okay, I think 40 minutes plenty of time for people to enjoy the game. How we wait? Guess we talk about the deck while we wait for the gameplay to start. Hello, everyone. If you're watching, welcome. Not sure who's all there. Feel free to ask me anything in the chat. Today's Memorial Day. If you didn't know this already, but I was in the military for 8 years. I was a medic, and um, this is something I do annually every year. I'm going to play Brago on this day. So there's a little bit of significance behind it. I like the title of Brago, the Eternal King. I'd like to think that every service member has passed is somewhat eternal. He's a spirit, so it's kind of fitting. In terms of people that I remember, I haven't talked about colleague. We weren't exactly the closest of friends, but had a lot of respect for him. His name was Lockett, and big black man had arms about like four of mine rolled into his. He could probably crush my head with ease. Um, he always liked to watch Nicolas Cage films. I don't know. I don't know why. I guess uh, we knew each other even before deployment to Afghanistan together. He worked in the ER and I worked in the ICU, so like we just naturally bumped into each other pretty regularly, like passing clients off to us to take care of the ones that are really sick. And ironically, we also deployed together, and um, the hours were a little bit different. For instance, in the ICU, we worked around the clock, and there's always someone that's in really rough shape. So I will probably never work as hard as I did for the 7 months that I was deployed for than I probably ever will in my entire life. But um, I was super envious of Lockett. He would oftentimes just have movies playing in the ER, and they're like on a they had like 8 hour days versus when in the ICU I worked 12s, and we worked 6 days a week. the 8 hour shifters, they had it nice. They had more days off, more time to themselves. And the reason why it was like that is they had less staff dedicated to the ER. So there's like him and like three other medics. And when he was on shift, if their clients don't just sit in the ER, they take care of them when they first get there, and then they're given to the floor units or sent back to wherever if the injury was minor enough. So like they weren't working around the clock in the ER. They had it. Like I said, I was envious. I wish I had that gig, and he'd just be watching Nicolas Cage films all the time. And uh, I think his favorite was Face Off. I like Nicolas Cage movies. They kind of like that guilty pleasure kind of film. I wouldn't say Face Off was my favorite. I think my favorite Nicolas Cage movies are like The Rock or Gone in 60 Seconds are probably my favorites of his. Lately, he does more indie films. He as an actor is really cool. Found great success early in his career and made all the money he could possibly want, and now it's just he wants to have a unique career, so he only takes unique movies at this point or unique roles. He rarely plays the main character unless it's an indie film. The more recent movies that I really liked him in was Primal, I think it's called. He's not like a poacher, but he's a trapper, and he catches rare animals to sell to zoos. I forget what that's called. It's highly illegal, whatever it is. But anyways, the premise is he catches a big cat. It's a jaguar of some kind or a leopard, and it gets loose on the freight boat that they're traveling across the ocean with. I think it's the Atlantic, and it just starts eating people. Like all the crew gets killed. I think he and like a few other people survive the whole encounter. It's a sick movie. Other things about Lockett. Um, his girlfriend was a coworker of mine. So she and I worked together more often than he and I did. Um, his story was pretty unique because he wasn't always a medic. He was a military police first, and by the time he had deployed with me, that was my first deployment. That was his sixth, so he had been out there a lot. Um, he had been there really early, and it was the previous 5 times. I think the first two or the first 3 times he slept in like buildings made out of plywood. Like uh there were no hardened shelters the first couple of times he was out there. So he had some stories, way more than I do. Well, it's a shame. Um he took his own life, and I it was a bit of a surprise. Like not in a million years. I would say no one expected it, really. Um, I can make inferences as to like how that happens. You know, go there 6 times and come back normal. I would say no one comes back normal just going there once. I don't know. It's a shame to go through as much time as he had done to survive all that and take his own life the way that he did. It doesn't make sense to those that survive, but we weren't as close as I think uh, some would expect. But I still remember him. He just has my respect. Hmm. I'll always miss watching Nicolas Cage movies when I had the chance. if I had downtime in the ICU, I knew a place to go for some peace. As a mutual lover of just movies, I think uh, that's enough for he and I to get along. Doesn't have to be Nicolas Cage, but uh, anything will do. I guess that's partially why I have my channel and why it's named the way it is. I haven't done gameplay in a while, but normally I just do texts and edit those, and then I like to splice in little movie clips as jokes. But originally, the channel started as um, a film review channel. I had called it Beacon and actually used to write scripts, and then I was like, I don't have the charisma. I don't think for it. I don't know. I'm not good at reading paper. I'd rather just talk about things off the top of my head. And then I was like, why not just combine both? I like magic. I'm actually knowledgeable in magic. I think most of what I do on the channel is educational. I wouldn't even say that it's um huh. I wonder why this guy didn't just join mine. I'll just join his then. And then I'll close out the other one, I guess. Um yeah, minor pop culture. And I don't know, but lately I've been thinking about playing just regular games, like any video game for that matter. I have another buddy of mine who likes just playing anything and everything. He wants to call a shared channel Coldplay, where we just jump into a random game that we haven't touched in a long time or a new one in general, and just play games. He and I. I don't know if people would like that. And then I have some other thoughts about like this channel. Like I oftentimes wonder if people want me to try and play sweaty magic again. Um, I don't know. If I want to be doing that, I want to have be pursuing a goal of some kind, um, like trying to make it to mythic rank in arena is pretty cool. I don't like the economy of arena, but I think that's a cool goal to have. I have two friends that made it to rank mythic, um, so I'd like to be among them. See if I can make it at least once. I just know there's a lot of grinding in the game. I don't know if people want to see me do that. I guess people would have to let me know in the comments if they want to see me play some one-on-one magic more often. It sounds great though. Got 3 rocks, a tutor, so we could flicker that and find more pieces for Brago. Unfortunately, we're last in the turn order, so that's the one downside of this game. And we're against Roxanne, whom is a little bit of a tough matchup for us because they can kind of just plink off all of our stuff. Recruiter only gets things that are 2 toughness, so that effectively just every time this ETBs or attacks, something of ours dies in the process. So that's a little unfortunate. I guess the lightning greaves will be handy this game. We could suit up our stuff because the rocks won't be doing damage to us except on his turn. And we're probably going to garner some hate right off the bat here. Um, yeah, let's go for broke. We use the mana the turn we get it. We get Lauren and take away his soul ring. I kind of like that actually. Slow him down a bit. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, we have a. I might need it for a land, so I think Lauren's still better. Oh, this is kind of cool. Didn't know this card existed. Helm of the Host. That's pretty rough too. Left player disconnected. I wonder if they just rage quit. Me and the middle player going off. Got some early fast mana. I think I'll be taking away the Soul Ring though, because it'll be a while before you equip that. We'll hit the guy in the middle, since he could just plink off all of our stuff. We want him dead first. I've been seeing a lot of people disconnect lately. I think this is like my third game in the last 2 days. I've seen people DC. I wonder if he just lost actual connection or if he just left to leave. Gendo, you can type his name in the search bar, see if he's playing another game. No, he's not playing another game, so um, this is the one way you could tell if people have like completely abandoned you is he'd be in 2 different lobbies right now if that was the case. I'm assuming he either just quit Magic altogether or um, disconnected, one of the two. Switch Enchanter will be nice. Where I could flicker my Lorn and get the job done that way and use it as a mana source. Hey, what's up, man? I think everything is doing good. How about you? Is your life pretty sweet? We got some downtime. Either we got someone that's rage quit and sucking up clock, or they disconnected. Oh yeah, I can see it. I do. I had it was getting hot out. Like I live in Minnesota, and it's humid. I used to have longer hair. Like if you looked at my videos from like 3 or 4 weeks back, I had like uh, I looked more like the lead singer from Red Hot Chili Peppers if he had brown hair. Oh yeah, I've been to a lot of parts of Europe. Um, been to the UK. I've been to France, Germany, Italy. Yeah, those 4 countries. Oh wait, Iceland. If that counts as Europe, then I've been to 5 countries, and I've probably spent a week in each country, respectively. And I would say the nicest to tourists is probably the probably Iceland, mostly because they're very dependent on tourism for their economy. Every other country I've been to, they don't really enjoy your company, unfortunately. Even in the UK, they don't like Americans too much. Um, in terms of my favorite things I saw in the Europe, um, it's a tough choice. Yeah, that is true. Iceland's really sick. I um I almost skipped out on dry suit diving, and it was dead of winter. It's like -20, but you wear this dry suit, and it's like a comfortable 60 degrees in the suit, and then your hands and face are freezing. But you go to a lake, the water is crystal clear. You could see the bottom like a couple 100 feet and just see like a rock quarry cutouts. I don't know if they're man made or if they're glacier made, but it was pretty epic. It's a forest. They're both mountains. Man, I thought this was an island for a second. Um, yeah, I could play another rock, play my commander, or we could play boots and just play it safely. Yeah, I think boots are safer because um, it forces them to interact with us at instant speed. Should I wasteland his reliquary and keep delaying this guy on the left? My worst fear is I mess with this guy on the left, and then this person gets free reign because they have access to all the colors. Hmm. We can be really punishing with this wasteland, though. It's just, yeah. Um, I've been beat by a version of this where they instead get World's Fine Worm. It's pretty sick. They were playing the Nest Tender. I'm going to be a jerk to one of these two. Red green probably easier to beat than 5-color deck, so we're gonna be mean to this guy on the right. Red, blue, green, red, white, black, red, blue, black. Um, hmm. This is the only green source, so we'll take that away. They're pretty dependent on green for fixing, so that might just permanently put them out of the game. Oh yeah, mono blue, Gyre, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that one's pretty sick too. There's multiple ways you can play a poly deck. There's a blue one, there's a red one. Um, I've seen multicolored ones, like the Nest Tender one I was talking about. I think we're getting a little lucky with the guy on the left too, because he's missing a green source, so he might be a while. Okay, there you go. He needs to make treasure for this to be relevant, though. Yeah. I guess we do have silver bullets here and here. We could just plink off his enchantments pretty effectively if we have two of these effects going on at once. Treachery, that's pretty sick. I could steal this guy's commander and really keep him out of the game. He gets to plink off one of our stuff. Let's see if this guy on the left's got a lightning bolt. Or the guy on the right has the interaction. Nope. They got nothing. Why would you get kicked out? As long as you're not breaking any rules, I don't see why you'd get kicked out. See, we get tutored for something that costs 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 mana. I don't think I have anything to tutor off this. I got 7, but if we wanted to, we could. All the mana right here. I guess I could play Treachery and steal this anyways. Yeah, with our current board state and what's in hand, this Enchantress list probably will get wrecked by us. We could start making 3/3 bodies and really put some pressure on in this game. Yeah, I like that idea actually. Or we could just no, we'll just steal it with treachery and flicker it for something better. Yeah, let's start making some things. We actually make 2 artifact bodies because a bunch of artifacts came down on our end step. Unfortunately, we don't have 5 lands, so yeah, I still have enough. Yeah, we're killing it right now. Not breaking rules. Do you have the? I'm not entirely up to date. I just assumed if you broke any rules, you're out. But um, I'm not entirely aware of anybody that didn't break rules that got booted out. I guess I could Google it. I don't know if that's useful. Any vetted websites with that kind of information? I don't think they really advertise that kind of stuff, really. Those who have been deported who haven't broken any rules, and then we just have a list with some kind of confirmation. It's hard for me to believe uh, any narrative. Like, you have one side that tells us everything's fine, everything's great. Not always true. And then we have one side saying, it's absolutely horrible, and we don't know if that's really true either. It just sucks. I wish we didn't live in a world where we just don't know. I wish it was just honesty from start to finish. You'd think that's not a hard thing to do, just to be honest, but apparently it is. Ooh, a mermaid. We could copy. Is this an artifact? Elephant wizard. No. We can make a copy of Lightning Greaves and protect Malcator, but then we can't flicker it. I guess we could flicker first and then equip the boots. I kind of like that plan. Let's go to combat. Those, maybe I should be beating on the guy on the right at this point. These are just 1 point of damage. I don't want to. Of all the things we can flicker, I don't want to risk losing this stuff here. Just silly combat tricks. Uh, let's look for some cards. Another tool for card advantage. I like that plan. Ooh, we could cast with Offspring. We definitely have excess mana at our disposal. Yeah, we'll put the Greaves here. This is making our bodies and pushing our game along kind of nicely. So you need 4, 5, 6 mana. Except for multiple cards. First one's a miss. We hit 3 creatures on a land. It's okay. Happens. Copy, Artifact, and Roiling Dragon's Sword. We want more card advantage. We're running out of things to do. Guess we ditch this land. Play the fountain. Yeah, we're killing it. I would say it's board wipe or bust at this point. I love treachery. I love that I can flicker it and then untap my lands and take the next best thing that hits the table. Alright, guys, forest. This is bracket 3, by the way. I would say almost all my games are like this, even in this bracket. Either I'm the one doing ridiculous stuff, or there's someone in here doing the ridiculous stuff. Winds of Wrath. That will do it. Yeah, I don't have any options. We just lose our board. Sorry, we will get Brago back and start all over. Oh, nice. I still get the Zorn. It's enchanted. Well, now we want a Sun Titan effect so we can rebuild. We won't play this. We'll have some discard fodder if we can help it. 1, 2, 3, 6. I guess we have to play it. No, I don't. I don't have to play it. This deck is incredibly resilient. And now we can flicker this to copy Roiling Storm to see more cards too. It's not bad. The guy on the left, I'm not too worried about. He's down to his last 2 cards. Why can't I choose this? There's an artifact on the battlefield for mirror. Okay. Why can't I choose Dragonstorm? I can only choose these for some reason. It's strange. I guess we untap our lands. In case we draw something to play. It's not the end of the world, but I would have much rather preferred to make a copy of this. It might be a bug. Got Mystic Remora. And we could dig with a Meticulous Archive. Pitch any lands that we find. We don't have anything to be exiling. This Remora is pretty sick in this list. I can flicker it and reset the counters on here. What's up, B? Thanks for coming. B's not just a subscriber, but he's also a member of the channel. My memberships are really cheap. I build a lot of decks on a budget. This deck is not budget, but I typically build budget decks around $100. So I try to garner the interests of new players. Thus, I keep my memberships nice and cheap for people. Zorn will die, and my treachery will go. Which is a bummer, because I would have liked to have stolen that. We do have a nice card lead. We have a 9-card lead over these two players. Nice. That's pretty sick. My job is not gentle on the soul. It's hard. I miss my old job in Washington State. Could do a lot of stuff for the channel then. Didn't have childcare, so I kind of miss not paying that. It's expensive. Like I think I pay more for childcare for 2 kids than I do for rent. It's insane. Wow. This thing's pretty annoying. You could just shoot off our stuff. Strong back, super good. I didn't think this was going to be a Voltron list, but it is. Ooh, Biza's sick. This is a fun guy to flicker. Unfortunately, I'm not really behind in anybody. Maybe in cards. I could draw cards off of it for now. I also have the most bodies. Yeah. Yeah, I should get you in contact with my military friend who's also works in X-ray and MRI, and he does CT scans too. But he makes $75 an hour. Pretty good gig. Fabricate's pretty good. So I could tutor our win condition with this, but then yeah, that does suck. I took a huge pay cut for my job too, and I moved out here. Not too happy about it. Ah, damn. I could get any artifact though. Let's take a look at the list real quick. Oh, green deck. Um, we get Riptide Gearhawk. That's pretty brutal. We could put their commander and do that over and over again and steal their draws. I like that plan. We don't have to get our. We don't have a win condition yet, so like we could draw our deck, I suppose, but that's not as fun. Yeah, I think Gearhulk is way better. Although, damn, Tanglewire is pretty good in this scenario too. I have a pretty strong lead right now. Target cert, exiling their stuff over. Yeah, let's just do that. And play Biza phase 2. Yeah. Unfortunately, that makes every deck tier 2. It's just brutal. Yeah, we can't really do much else here. You poking the guy on the right. Look at this. Ah, so that's what it is. It has to stay in play. It's a little weird. Play some Visa. Get some card draw. And it's a 4/5 body. Act of Authority. Man. Oh, yeah. My X-ray buddy, he also... Yeah, tier 4. It's probably true. Um, my buddy has a Mardu Aristocrats deck that rolls people. I play tested this with him. He's like one of the pillars of my life that taught me a lot about Magic. He's been playing the new Zergo. The command, I think he's the face commander. He's like the least popular. They're the cheapest version of the deck. We can look at that real quick. I don't have a thing to do here, so we're just gonna. I should have exiled this. I don't know why I didn't. Couldn't have hurt. What Zergo is that called? I think it's a Stormrender. Yeah, this thing is super obnoxious to play against. He will kill you by turn 6 with combat damage pretty consistently in tier 3. Yeah, I should have taken away that meteorite so he had less mana to work with. And then he couldn't have cast his beast with him. That was my fault. Of course I want to draw cards. Who doesn't want to draw? Alright, I'll get both the meteorites on my next turn by flickering this. The one I built's super fun though. I just like the uniqueness of it, where every token is special. It's a nightmare because you have to print a separate deck that's probably triple the size of your actual deck for just the tokens, because it's all about variety and different names. But that's the unique part about it, why you probably like it. Yeah. Burrow's turned your board. What a nice guy. Ooh, we got Cloud Form. I love this enchantment. You get to circumvent costs with that thing. You flicker the Cloud Form and the thing you manifest with it, so you just, it's some silly card advantage. I can't wait to show you. Hopefully nothing happens to my board between now and then, but some cool stuff will occur. Oddsworth. Yeah, I play. I think my favorite Assassin's Creed cards that probably gets played the most is like Excalibur. That's a popular card and it's super good. Ooh, now this is a backbreaker. Um, Elspeth, man, we got some scary stuff to do. We can just start filling the board with tokens. Yeah, this game feels pretty much over. I don't know how they could come back and beat me. I'm seeing so many more cards than they are. Make 6/1/1s a turn. And I have them under my thumb. I just blow up their board if they play anything big. Okay, that's pretty sick. Um, Hmm. Yeah, we gonna play the authority. We have plenty of card advantage, I suppose. Do I even have one? One short. Planeswalkers and Brago are kind of secretly OP because I could flicker and reset and activate it again. I think the one threat in this game is the player on the right. Let's keep getting chip damage from the guy on the left. You gotta watch on Netflix. Love, Death, and Robots season 4. I love animated shorts. I think they're super fun. Oh, we could just flicker this. Our mirror made copy would be. Oh, I messed up. I should have left my thing alone. Ooh, we got an Elish Norn. Yeah, it's not looking too good for these guys. I could play Elish Norn, but I kind of don't want to overcommit. Like, we could beat these guys with what we have in play, and I don't want to lose our pieces to a board wipe and be up the creek, I guess you could say. Yeah, we don't have to do anything. I wonder what happens if you um, worship a manifested card. Kind of funny. The reason why this is in here is it permanently exiles stuff with the trade-off that they get to, you know, they go 2 cards deep and do the whole dread effect. The other like cartoon short, going back to that conversation, that I really like is Secret Level on Amazon. That is the best. I would say it's like Love, Death, and Robots, but better because it's video game stories and characters that you love. Adds a little bit of depth to characters and storytelling. Makes you want to play the games again that they're respectively from. And it's a little bit of a higher budget. You could tell they just have, um, see, roller coaster. It's a board wipe for creatures, I guess. But I guess if I had Elish Norn in play, I would have, yeah, I would have turned this effect off. Whoops. Can't be ready for everything. Yeah. I didn't know that was Pac-Man until the very end. I was like, what the hell? I wonder like what kind of permissions they had to get to do that. We have to flicker Elspeth, but that's okay. I think we're pursuing the ultimate here, so we could close this game out a little bit faster. It was a Triome. Nice. Or a Spirit Mantle, one of the two. Yeah, I think they should be. Um, the budget was significantly higher from Secret Level. You just tell, like, and unlike, um, I thought Love, Death, and Robots had like some duds in it, but like everything in Secret Level was fire. Like they're memorable. Like I will forever remember the uh, the Armored Core one, and I'll forever remember the one with oh, what's it called? Warhammer. The story of Titus. Super cool. Um, wow, some scary enchantments in there. Bear Umber's probably the big one. Yeah, I'm kind of glad we. I don't know. If I had Elish Norn in, the roller coaster wouldn't have been a factor. But if it was a any other board wipe, we would have been fine. Beginning of your upkeep, you may exile target artifact. Um, I don't want to exile something else. Huh. I want to keep flickering this. Why does it keep like telling me? I guess I have to pick something and then do I just say no? on resolution. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay. A little strange. Well, let's make some bodies again. Let's play our girl, Mommy here. Make 2 very big tokens. I guess we could do this in better order here. Play Arcane Signet first. Then play this. Keep threatening the board here with some very large tokens. This is what I mean. You can kill Brago 1,000 times and it won't matter. I will be coming for you. Sure, let's crew this thing, tap down one of our soldier tokens. Let's get some use out of this little boat here. A little spaceship. We are 2 turns away from ulting Elspeth. I could go 2 cards deep with Cloud Form, choose the best card, and ditch the other one. The thing is, I can't reliably flicker it yet until my commander's in play. He doesn't have any too scary of a Spirit Mantle, Strong Back. Ooh. He might be able to one-shot me, the guy on the right, because the Strong Back gives a stat increase of 2 per thing, and he has Replenish. No, Replenish isn't an enchantment, so we're good. He does have Spare Umbra, though. This guy, I think, unknowingly walked into my Elish Norn and forgot that ETB triggers are turned off for them. I think that's what happened. Can't block this. But he kind of needs it, otherwise I'll one-shot him with these. So if he attacks Elspeth, he'll be vulnerable. Unless he's got another board wipe in there. If it's Blast Insect, it's not good enough, which is kind of funny. Ooh, Riptide Gear Hulk. Nice. Start putting cards on top of people's libraries and stealing their draws. It even has prowess, which is kind of wild. He needs another body or removal. I guess he could do. Oh, doesn't this give lifelink? Yeah. Okay. 7/9. Still lethal attack if I hit him. Geomancer's Map. Going for Elspeth. That's a bummer. Goodbye, beautiful. I can next turn Witch Hunter, Witch Enchanter hit the canopy cover, then play Gear Hulk, put this on top, and kill the other enchantments. That's the downside of playing Enchantress is, well, you lose everything the moment you're. He probably feels pretty safe over there. He really shouldn't. Feel the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. Oh, I have Elish Nor in place, so I could do it twice. That's fun. Hmm. I guess I could use Active Authority. I don't really need it anymore. And this guy's going to die, so I think it comes back to me. I'll actually say yes this time around. He should die in this combat, and then Active Authority should come back to my control. So handing it to him this turn around is not an issue for me. Not paying for Mana Vault. I need at least 5 mana. We don't pay for Mana Vault. We untap it. We do scummy stuff with it. Pay 2. Oh yeah, the one by the king. I like the character transformation. Oh, the daughter running away from home. That was a pretty good one too. We're not tapping our artifacts. We actually want this to stay on this side. We could flip it over, but we're not going to. Okay. Blue, blue, white, white, colorless. That on top. Put that on top. This on top. Put that on top. Gotta love Riptide Gearhulk. So good. Feels so good. Timely Ward. Doesn't give it hexproof. It's bouncing it to your. That changes nothing. I'm not destroying it. He's trying to say this guy's commander. Here. That's lethal. Everything else attacks over here. Let's see if that active authority comes back to me. Nope. Got a left surrendered. Hey, with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on our clock. And I was actually playing fast. I just had a lot of game actions to take. I had to be really careful about how I click things. First one down. We're playing until my kids wake up from their nap, baby. Yeah. We could play a one-on-one. This deck's pretty brutal one-on-one, so this guy might get a little bit too much for his money. Doesn't matter what game we play, we're just playing Brago games, baby. This is what I call testing a deck in a crucible. Oh, it's another blue-white deck. It should be interesting. I like our hand. We had a Cryptic Coat. This is another one of those things that lets us cheat stuff off the top of our library. This one's slightly better because we get a choice. My compass is good. Compass is kind of brutal against us because it turns off our Brago. So he's got a little silver bullet over there. Brago has to deal damage for us to get the trigger we want. We don't have. Oh, we got a Parallax Tide. We could take away his lands if we wanted to do that. Mm. We have 2 mana if we play. Yeah. It sucks that we're just a little bit short. I think Parallax Tide's safer because we have time. Like we go to 2 counters on this, and then comes back, goes to 1. No, we could take away 2 lands of his and still have time to deal with like the summoning sickness of Brago. I think I gotta do the math. So it starts at 5. if we take away 3, it goes to 2. Then on, yeah, so we can only take away 2 lands with the Parallax Tide. But yeah, I think it's worth doing this early in the game. It really messes him up. Normally, I use this on myself. We could sword this commander. Good luck. Yeah, normally I use Parallax Tide on myself. Use my own lands, flicker this, they come in untapped. But in one-on-one games, this is what you do. You just totally wreck people, and this is a perfectly legal play in bracket 3. Now, hopefully, this stunts him enough where he doesn't have removal to deal with this. Sorry, man. Now we just take away this last blue source because I'll have 1 counter remaining. Flicker it, and then it resets. Steal his lands again. Yeah, this is how you test the deck right here. It's level 3. I just joined his lobby. We could circumvent costs with Cryptic Coat. Get some card selection. It's a land. That's it. Well, get the ramp, I guess. Okay. Game over. 2 games in a row. Pretty handedly. Doing this, guys. We'll join whatever fires off first. Well, it's brutal in Brago because in most control lists, you normally don't play as many ETB effects because you trade just 1 for 1. In Brago, obviously, we flicker things multiple times and we get extra value. It's the one of the very few kind of like decks where you play a bunch of 1 for 1 spells. Yeah, it was pretty flawless. You got to see something done pretty brutally with Parallax Tide. It's really flexible. I get to do stuff like that to people. Sometimes when I know something really scary is coming, I'll do that instead. Exile people's lands and just like totally shut their next turn off and then flicker it and use whatever I need to do. I could either flicker my own or exile my own lands and flicker that the next time around. Get Tides back. Hmm. We have a Mox Opal, but we don't have a 3rd artifact. I think Dampening Sphere is enough reason to keep this hand. Hey, it's a coattail. It's your commander here. Council of 4, Ishin, and Phage. This guy likes to play with a hand behind his back. I think we keep it. I think the Dampening Sphere will be pretty hilarious for these guys to play around. And if we find one more artifact, our Mox Opal's online. This guy might even he might not get to draw extra cards because my dampening sphere will be preventing people from playing extra spells. You like these kinds of effects in Brago because you effectively make a lot of mana. Oh man, so much mana right off the bat. Oh, this is the shitty Bob of Thunder Junction. You need to saddle it for 3 in order for you to get the Bob trigger. Sotorix has a lot of things to say in here. We do need a second blue source, so we're going to use our Prismatic Vista to do that. For our Parallax Tide. I only run 2 islands in this list, mostly because I'm running Emeria in this list. Just I want to get as many planes into play as I can possibly get, and like the deck is split 60. No, I think it's like 65-35 in terms of white to blue permanents. It's almost double in white. So the only reason why I have 2 islands is for my cards with double blue pips, in case like someone like Path to Exiles my stuff. I don't know. I want to be able to pick out the land. Aw. This card is brutal. I don't know how many games I've lost because of Ocelot Pride. It's really obnoxious. But we're going to piss people off early with this Dampening Sphere here. I think I'll only be messing with the black player, but he's got so much mana now that he might not care. Like, if I was able to play a artifact land, I might have been... No, I couldn't have done it even then. So, I might have just barely missed shutting the crazy amount of mana he's making over there. If I play the Dampening Sphere now, it will only be hindering the 3 of us, and this guy will play around it pretty effectively. Yeah, I could be annoying, but like I think now is a bad time to be playing Dampening Sphere. If in all honesty, because like it'll slow us 3 down, and he will kind of play around it more effectively than the rest of us. So we kind of just got to let it go. It's a bad time to be playing stuff like Dampening Sphere. Because now we're kind of all in the same boat of, addressing this. This is, in terms of mana production, he's several turns ahead of us. Ooh, Lightning Greaves is good. Active Authority is better. I could exile this, and then eventually flicker it to deal with the Soul Ring. Not bad. That's a good hit with Thunder Trap Trainer. We'll hit the Scepter next turn, and then the Soul Ring eventually. Just playing fair, slow magic. Now, the bummer of me picking the Active Authority, well, it's more of a long con of picking what I picked. If I wanted to be kind of scummy, I could let him gain control of it, but then he could exile my stuff with it. Yeah. I can't give it to him because I got too many artifacts and enchantments in my hand. But I could technically take away both of these and just let it ride from that point forward. He's got 8 mana. He's 6 turns ahead of the rest of us. The best time to play Dampening Sphere is when, or just any stacks piece. This is just good stacks advice. The best time to play them is when everyone's on equal footing and you could play around it, or you're so far ahead that you could play around it. Either case, it's an ace. It's a symmetrical card that you want to play asymmetrically around. Yeah, this guy's just doing everything. It's obnoxious. He's got Crick in play and he's just doing stuff. Yeah, yeah. I mean, this was me. Okay, path. There we go. This guy's start was me in the first game, the 4-player game. I took an insane lead, and I got board wiped 3 times, and I still won that game. Ooh, what is this? Is this a boon? Is this the black counterspell? Hideous End. Who's he hitting? Is he going to hit the Ocelot? He should hit the Ocelot. Yeah. Yeah. I think after I take away the Scepter, then I might consider playing the Deafening Sphere because now we're not too far behind. Although the Path Exile gives him another land. And that's kind of some sweet tech. No, he gets to get a land. Fun. Hopefully we draw a land off the top. I guess we have Claim Jumper. We can catch up that way. We are definitely behind. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't do it twice. So that's probably wait another turn kind of a thing. I'm only 1 turn behind. I could just be way too greedy. Willing to wait to play this to get 2 lands instead of 1. I still think the Active Authority is the strictly better play. Okay, we drew another land. We'll hurt ourselves. It's good old-fashioned slow magic. From us, anyways. These guys are insanely ahead right now. See, now if they play a land, then my Claim Jumper will be twice as good. You play the Claim Jumper first, get up to 5 lands, and then play a land after. Which we have. We have an island. Wow, the guy in the middle's at 19 life already. Between Hideous End, Night's Whisper, and Crick, he sunk 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 damage to himself in that one turn. I like Aronofsky. Jesus. Just more ramp. I can't blow up the artifacts fast enough. Clearly. Return target black card from your graveyard to your hand. What's crazy is it's any black card. You could get any of these back if you wanted to. There's only a handful of ways he could get this out of the command zone. He needs one of them's with the land. I haven't seen an indie movie in a long time. I don't even know what that one's about. Is it a science fiction movie? Postcards from Earth sounds very science fiction. Or it's I don't know, a documentary. Oh, this is a hug deck. I hate being in these games. It's really obnoxious. You just have like zero agency in the game when you have to play with group hug players. Just how to describe it. It's like playing Russian roulette. You just don't know who's going to win because you gave them too much mana or you gave them too much cards, or you know what I mean. Oh yeah, he had Arousing Dreams. That sounds like fun. Ooh, we got into nice. That's pretty nice. And Giver of Runes. Fortunately, I need I need multiple white sources. Okay, so he has 5. Man, I'll get the lands that come in tapped, but I could exile the Kami or the Council. I like exiling commanders with this because then people put it in their command zone and I could flicker it again. Yeah, we'll take a turn off on the jumper play. Maybe they'll play another land between these two. We'll get there eventually. And we could set up with Giver Runes as well. Yeah, I like that idea. Hit the commander. Follow up with a play with Giver Runes. Play Dampening Sphere. Yeah, see, he puts in the command zone. So now I could flicker this and hit something else. Or I could hit the Kami now. I like that too. I really hate these effects. To me, a swords is worth it. Just giving people more cards when they have all this mana at their disposal just seems stupid to me. Recipe for disaster. I like drawing cards. The guy on the right's like, somebody doesn't like drawing cards. I don't like when everybody gets to draw cards. That's what I don't like, especially when we have a player here just begging for gas to play. It's just stupid to be playing effects like this when we have people that are 5+ turns ahead of us in mana production. It's just a bad idea. I don't regret what I did at all. Yeah, this guy in the middle is desperate. He's out of things to do. You would have been doing him a favor because he sacked his guy to get his Night Whisper and play it again. Just Mana Rock City. Yeah, this guy's playing like Mono Black Simic over here. The equation is I play mana and I draw cards until I get my win condition, and that's usually like Peer into Abyss setups where he forces us to draw and makes us draw the other half of our deck, or like does the Sanguine Bond combo. It's just a mono black combo list, I'm sure, that farms for cards. And I'm sure this guy on the right is going to be playing some more stupid hug cards to draw. If he's playing this, he's playing all of them. He's playing Howling Mine, the other one that makes us draw 2 cards. I'm sure he's running it all. If you don't just run one and not the others. Oh, just have a grip full of lands and just haymaker spells. He could be like holding on to like Sanguine Bond, or not Sanguine Bond, but Exsanguinate, or another big X spell. And you're just waiting for us to dedicate to the board a little bit. Please hit the guy in the middle. Just don't mess around. Okay. If we lose by 4, we'll know why. This guy, the mono black player, makes me nervous. Like, most of the cards that black plays just funnels life into it, so we hit his life low enough where he can't use it as a resource anymore, we should be doing that. Six lands. Yeah, we can play our jumper now. Catch up in what's going on out here. Englisher making the throne. All right. It's a good target because he could use 3 mana to activate it and draw more cards. Which I think he did. Oh no, it comes in tapped. Never mind. There are tapped lands. Nice. Does it twice. So I guess I'll always have a good target for Claim Jumper. I'll consistently be able to tutor out lands. We'll be helping each other out over here. You will be continuously feeding into this, and I'll be feeding into him in this like feedback loop until this Terramancer dies, I guess. Gotta help the Azorius brothers out, even though he hit me for no good reason. I wouldn't mind if he hit me after this guy was dead. That then I would have been like, yeah, sure, come at me all you want, but I think if we lose because this guy got to hold on to an extra few life points, then I'll be pretty upset. He killed himself. What did he reveal? Reached the universe, he killed himself. This Bob effect. That is awesome. Get him out of here. Alright, my sights are now on this player to deal with. Okay, this is like the perfect scenario where I like Dampening Sphere. He and I are on equal footing. It keeps this guy in the left kind of down. Live and die by the Bronco. Nice. Countering it. Hell yeah. He gets a... Did he discard this? I don't know. I don't know. Nice. I could care less about Spellbook. He has to pay for it, though. That's hilarious. Because it's casting, so my Dampening Sphere comes into effect. He's cast 2 spells now. So the next thing he plays costs 2 more. When you have to pay 1 for Spellbook. I don't even know who the quarterback for the Broncos is right now. Ooh, we got a Reflector Mage. That's pretty nice. I think we're in player commander, though. We got the protection of Giver of Runes in play. Play the Opal because we could pay for it. Can't pay for the Reflector Mage, unfortunately. I know he did us a solid, but we're trying to win the game. Eventually, I'll have to kill him. He could have saved that trickery to counter our commander, but I don't know. I still think countering the whatever it's called, his commander was better because, like, at this point, we're low on cards, all of us. We're just playing off the tops of our decks, which is probably what this guy wants. He doesn't want us too far ahead of him. 18 mil goon named Bo Nix. What? Yeah. Spellbook, I don't know why people pro clutch like their hand so much. Rickman, I don't understand why people do that. Like it just feels like a waste of a card slot. You could get that with a reliquary tower or like have extra effects on it, like the thought vessel. Those are like the only two I ever run. And that's just like a quality of a life thing. Like sculpting down to a perfect 7 cards is still super powerful. Probably shouldn't have played as commander because now I can hit it again with the thin ice. When it bounces Gnome Terramancer, so he doesn't get the tutor lands out of his library. And he can't play it for 2 turns. It's perfect. Yeah, that's that. Hit him for 2, flicker all of our stuff, exile his commander. I could flicker this and go back to 0, reset this. Super fun. I should have flickered Brago too, but oh well. Oh, that guy's gone. There we go. Battled through the ridiculous card draw engine, or the ramp package that was going on over there. We want cards, so I think Invasion of Vern. I could take Mox Amber and turn Mox Opal on, but cards is king, baby. I could play Parallax Tide and shut this guy out of the game. That's probably better. Oh, it still remembers. That's weird. I thought it would reset. Oh, it's based on the turn. Never mind. I thought it was being kind of cheeky. Well, hopefully it doesn't have a board wipe. Next turn I'll set up the Parallax Tide. Kind of like what I did in the last one-on-one. I surrendered. Wow. 3 games in a row. We will take it. I'll play another one-on-one game. Like I said, we just play games till the kids wake up. 2 4-player game or multiplayer games, 2 one-on-one games. Yeah, learn something new. Ooh, this little ninja icon's cool. Man, we got both of our artifact lands, and then we have a thin ice. That's a bummer. If we mulligan, we go down to 6 automatically since it's a 1-on-1 game. But like we have one playable card in our hand, so it's not very practical. Yeah, we should mulligan. Much better. This is an Esper list, so Archaeomancer's map is probably not very useful. Actually, it does let us get 2 lands, so we don't miss our land drops. I guess we have too much mana production and give up the Grim Monolith instead. Yeah, let's do that. Guarantee we don't miss our land drops. And it kind of helps that we mulligan. Oh, okay. Surrendered. Too strong of a start. Um, he had no backbone. No balls. This sounds like a bracket 3. High power, no MLD, Blood Moon like cards. We are pretty strong even for a bracket 3 list. Yeah. Twist his arm behind his back and start lifting. That's basically what I was doing that guy. A win's a win. Ah, okay. I haven't watched some of Nikachu's in a while. I can't believe I almost used up a full 40-minute clock in that first game. I was really surprised. Actually, I joined someone else's game. It might have been less than that. I didn't look at the timer, I just joined in. And I used up all but the last 5 minutes of it. I've only timed out like maybe twice on stream before. I do think I have a slight reputation on Moto, but that might just be me thinking way too highly of myself, being like thinking of myself as the main character in real life kind of vibe. But like, I think uh, people just know me playing on Moto, especially lately because I've been playtesting this. I don't play Brago that much. I only play it one day a year, and that's on Memorial Day. And I play tested it yesterday because I had the update a year's worth of cards, which is like 8 sets. um, I didn't change too much of it really. Like in terms of the new stuff, let's take a look at the list real quick. Cards from this year that are new: Riptide, Gearhulk, um, Angel of Indemnity, Biza, Witch Enchanter, Identified a Hover Ship, Name Jumper. So 6 cards so far. Dowerport Mage, Pollywugson, Prodigy, Roiling Dragonstorm. We're at 9 cards now. Thunder Trap Trainer, 10 cards. Yeah, man, we got a lot of cool toys this year. Yeah, 10 cards. That's a good year. And this list is really tuned. Minus for how seldomly I play it. I've been playing Brago since he came out eons ago. I know a lot of the deck inside and out, but I do feel like people are avoiding me a little bit here for how long it takes to fire up a game. In terms of what I've been doing for fun, I released the Sin deck tech yesterday. I'm thinking about releasing the deck tech for Cloud tonight, and then I'll just have the back end to work on for Commander construction. Yeah, this is when I was first learning how to do stuff on my YouTube channel, and I just never changed it. Then we got the 4 other decks to build. Looks like Kefka's in the lead for the construction. Damn, pretty unanimous in that department. Holy cow. I couldn't, I think the only reason why Absolute Virtue made the cut. Oh, wait. Lusu. I don't know about Lusu. Is that a new Final Fantasy spoiler? I haven't looked at the Final Fantasy spoilers. Haven't been too close to it, but like I want to finish the text for those last 4, and then come back to do basically my top 10 list cards from the set. But there's a lot of good cards in Final Fantasy, which is unfortunate because it's already super expensive. Can't do 30th. We will wait as we for this game to fire up. We will look at spoilers. We can join this guy. Aha! Let's close the one I have open. We will just Shanghai their game. Oh, we're starting. There's like an obnoxious amount of legendary creatures in Final Fantasy. My friend wants to build a Final Fantasy cube because of that. When you have a lot of legendaries in a set, you can make commander cubes out of them. Like there hasn't been a set in a while where you could do that, but I'd say Final Fantasy is a good one for that. Ooh, our hand is great. Grim Monolith Esper Sentinel, perfect. I love this Narset. Um, my build philosophy with this is play all the uh, you know, non-creature spells that generate tokens and then just feed into itself, and because the tokens you make have prowess, um, and just kill people by feeding that loop into itself. I have to play Final Fantasy VII yet. I own the original on Steam. I should really get into like doing that. Negan. Oh man, I missed out with my Esper Sentinel. That's what I get for being last in the turn order. Is he gonna play another rock? No, he's just tapping out so he can save time. Unfortunate, because now he could probably pay for his stuff. Next turn, I get Cloud of Fairies into Monolith. And if I wanted to be really cheeky, I could tap that into Dampening Sphere if I wanted to. Chop rocks? Is that like a reference to like mining? Oh, Dark Blast. This is like I have a lot of rinky dink creatures in our deck, and this is a pretty good silver bullet to us. Now I'm not going to play Cloud of Fairies, which sucks. You drew me one whole card. Man, the decks that want Dark Blast are great. It's usually people that just want to mill stuff. It has Dredge. Damn it. What a bummer. Note to self, play nothing with 1 mana, or 1 toughness. I wonder if playing Sphere is worth it at this stage in the game. So I feel like people got a full grip of cards. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I get it now. Coke knows. Um. Hmm. God. I feel like I don't want to play my commander too early because everyone's got a full grip of cards and they can just kill my stuff if they wanted to. So I could be patient and just play the sphere and slow down the game. Yeah, it's not like I'm doing anything anyways, so let's just play it. Now this guy with a soul ring probably can't play 2 spells on his turn. All playing 1 at a time. And it kind of counters this over here. My dampening sphere will outscale your level 2 of artist talent every time. I'm going to resubscribe. Thank you, man. Playing with some balls over here. I just feel like if I play Brago out now, it's just going to eat someone's removal. They have almost 20 cards between the 3 of them. There's no way that they just let me keep it when they have that many cards left in hand. Hopefully we find a 3-drop. I don't know why he played this. The guy is just gonna Dark Blast it. I think Dark Blast is an instant too. But like this guy just wants an excuse to mill cards. Didn't find a 3-drop, but Gearhulk's fine. There's no point in playing the fairies. Yeah. He even did it properly. He set a stop, put in his graveyard. He's gonna replace his draw. These decks are really annoying to play against. The Carador decks. This isn't one of those commanders that like you can kill till the cows come home and it doesn't matter. No one likes the dampening sphere. Little damage here and there, but like I'm doing a lot of these people a favor. Like this guy could be ahead right now. He missed a mountain or a land drop in general. And he's gonna do 4 damage to someone. I guess he's gonna hit maybe this guy. I don't know. He wants this in his graveyard, so it's not worth it. He'd probably just hit me because he's just I'm the guy with the dampening sphere. I'm just gonna hit the guy on the left. Fill up his graveyard with more stuff. No. Okay. He's hitting me for 4, but killing. Okay. You know, this is one of those like stories where like if you can kill something, you don't have to. This is one of those things he didn't have to. So now his Carador is cheaper, and he also gets a chance to cast this from his graveyard with Carador and draw another card. It's just silly. Wow. Makes a bunch of mites. Rents 2, makes 2 things. 2 creature tokens. With Toxic. This might be a quick game, folks. We kind of need Brago. Hopefully this eats removal before our commander does, but I doubt it. I guess we could play Cut Purse, put these guys all behind, but then this guy gets unaffected by it. And then he has the Dark Blast on deck to kill my Cut Purse. God, I hate that card. I could use my 4 mana and tap this for a Gearhulk play. Just keep playing safe. Yeah. We'll untap the Grim Monolith. A grip full of cards I can't really play. I guess I could have played Parallax Tide just to get it out of the way, mana-wise. Exile nothing. Yeah, it's kind of a dumb play, I guess. I'm hoping there's a board wipe, though. Jesus. He's definitely going to throw counters on his whole board. It's a lot of damage. He's going to give the card draw to the guy in the middle. But yeah, this is I guess kind of classic. Like I said earlier, the amount of like someone going off even in bracket 3, it's every game. If it's not us, it's someone else. At least he's not beating on me with everything. The guy on the left's taking that. The guy on the left does kind of deserve it. He's just milling his stuff, filling up his graveyard with a bunch of scary things. They kind of just like fly under the radar and they play the long game. Not helpful. I could detain everything but the big stuff. It's not a bad option. Let's prevent getting beat to death. Play our giver runes, get some protection set up. That's not a bad play. I'm happy with that. If a board wipe happens, then I'll feel silly, but I think we prevented us from getting killed by this board over here. Hey, Elise. I love you. Give you a kiss? Okay, I'll kiss your elbow then. Thanks for that. Mommy's downstairs with Olive. I'm gonna watch my phone. I need it because someone from work might call. Why don't you go downstairs and talk to mom? Be down there in a little bit. It's my last game, folks. Kids are awake. I detained everything with the exception of Shadrix. He could prevent 8 damage, make 8 mites on his turn. Nice. That doesn't change too much. I love Lavinia. So good. Yep. Yeah, block it. 8 mites. Oh, that did damage? Huh. I was expecting the damage to be prevented. Skyclave does not fix our problems. So we'll play Brago. Hopefully we survive. I doubt it because I have the piece in play that could stall his board out long enough. But it's kind of board wipe or bust at this point. If people had board wipes, these guys should have played it a while ago. If they had it, they would have played it. So they're hoping they draw it, I'm guessing. Or they don't have it at all. Or I guess it's the same thing. Point being, they don't have it. It's attacking me. Alright. I guess he wants it to die? I don't know. It really doesn't matter. There's no way the guy on the right lets me live with this in play. We will take it, because if we block it, he could Dark Blast our thing, and we lose the value in it. Number 22. And we can't yield because we have Giver Runes, just in case we do survive. But if we do live, it's going to be on a prayer. Bunch of spiders. A lot of them. Can't even count. That's how many there are in there. Detention Sphere would be pretty good. I could kill all these tokens, at least 2 large buckets of them. Or, yeah, because most of my board wipes are somewhat conditional. I'd like the Eternal Wanderer, but I don't have the mana for it, so that's not an option. Yeah, it's basically D-Sphere is pretty much our only out. That's permanent. Okay. These are not vampires, so I'm not entirely sure why he runs this. Man, this guy's been doing a lot for not having a red mana. He's got 2 planes and a Godless Shrine. And he's doing all of this with what he has. He has to have a lot of dead cards in his hand. Put some stops in. It's hitting everybody else but me. That's good so far. Maybe he feels pity. Okay, now we got the mites coming our way. I mean, this is still probably enough to kill me. And see what's hitting me. So many goddamn permanents in there. He's using his snap on my Lavinia. I'm gonna die. He's bouncing this back to my hand. He just wasted a spell. So there's 5 3/2s, that's 15. There's 5 4/3s, that's 20. Yeah, this is lethal no matter what. They're colorless, so I can't even do like give her runes tricks. Well, I mean that just means we get to call it good. We had a good day on stream. We won 4 games and then lost the final one. It's not a bad showing of Brago, if I do say so myself. The guy in the middle said he did that to ramp. Sick. You could just replay it. I'm like, what? Could have used it over here. Could have bounced any of these things. He could have bounced one of the creatures attacking him. He could have bounced the Rhea Ivor and prevented him from taking 6 damage. Silly. Nice. He had a delayed fireball blast. Well, the guy in the left's probably going to win because he is missing a red source, if I had to guess. Yeah, it was a good run. I will say that. I think this guy's like reasoning was a little strange. He could have prevented at least 6 damage, but didn't. Not that it matters. I think he's in a good position to win from this point forward. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If any of you are new in here, thanks for hanging out with me. Take care now.